Hello, it's Melissa, Mother Lover for Life, 100%. Today I'm going to be doing the Lantern Oracle for a spiritual message from Spirit. This is illuminating the shadows to empower yourself. So, sorry, they're here mowing the lawn. So, hold on, guys. Sorry about that. Sometimes that just happens. The mowers are here, so sorry about that interruption. Hopefully it'll pass here in a minute. I think they're leaf blowing or something. Oh. So anyway, we're going to do the Lantern Oracle today for help with illuminating shadows that we might have in our life so that we can empower ourselves. So this is the spiritual message for today. Thank you for joining this message and taking time out of your day to listen to this message from Spirit. So I'm going to go ahead and call on my angels. Getting busy out there. So I'm going to call on my angels, ascended masters, spirit guides, ancestors. If I already said that, I'm distracted, guys. Sorry. Okay, calling my angels, spirit guides, ancestors, Mother Mary Magdalene, Jesus Christ, Great Mystery, Great Spirit, and whatever other parts of my spiritual team that want to be here to help get a message out to whoever needs to hear it today. So, thank you, Spirit, for this message. Thank you for our gifts. I've lit a candle back here for extra light. Cleanse my mind, my body, my spirit of all negative energy. I cut all cords to lower vibrational energies and draw my energy back, only taking the lessons. And cleansing and clearing the rest with the divine white of the Holy Spirit, divine white light of the Holy Spirit. Thank you, Spirit, for helping us illuminate the shadows and empower ourselves. Oh, amen. Okay. So thank you, Spirit, for the Lantern Oracle message today. Connecting with a group of collective energy that may be needing some illumination of their shadows and some help getting empowered on their path. Thank you for guidance on this message, Spirit. For this collective energy I'm reading for. So hopefully they'll be done pretty quick. I think the yard's pretty small in the back, so sorry for the interruption. Okay, so today we'll use the lantern spread. So we'll just ask for what's in the way of this collective. What is in the way of them seeing the situation that they may be going through clearly. So what this collective that's going through an issue, what is it that they are not seeing clearly in this situation that they need to be aware of? Why are we experiencing this? There's some vibrations for you. Your healing mower vibrations. I think they're about done. So, I'm sorry, I'm getting distracted here. Such is life. So what is in the way of this collective seeing the situation that they're going through clearly? Why are we experiencing this issue that we may be having? What do we know? And what do we need to do? So I'm asking Spirit for clarity on a collective energy that may be having some sort of obstacle in the way or challenge that they need to be able to see the situation more clearly. What is it in this challenge that or obstacle that they're experiencing that they need clarity in? What do they need to see in this situation more clearly? Thank you, Spirit. Okay. We got 2. So, strength. You need to see the strength in vulnerability. So, this is in the way. Your inability, maybe, to see the strength in being vulnerable might be in the way of seeing a situation clearly. So, and this is 4, which is a very balanced number. True power lies at the root of all perceived weakness. So maybe somebody is viewing your vulnerability as a weakness, or you're viewing someone else's vulnerability as a weakness. Either way, the power lies at the root of the perceived weakness. So wherever you're feeling weak, through sharing your vulnerability is actually your strength. Because your true power lies in that perceived weakness. It really may not even be a weakness. Just the fact that you're aware of it, that you're vulnerable in certain aspects or areas of your life, you take that power back and you're more discerning of who you share the strength of your vulnerability with. Because it's a strength, not a weakness. So you may have trusted tricksters. Why am I experiencing this? You trusted the trickster. The trickster's only power is your trust. You are always free to withdraw it. So, true power lies at the root of a perceived weakness. Trusting tricksters. The trickster's only power is your trust. You're always free to withdraw it. So if you are sharing the strength of your vulnerability and you're not getting, and it's being perceived as a weakness, then you're trusting a trickster. It's not a weakness, so you withdraw your power from it. Whatever situation or relationship You use your intuition and discernment to decide whether you need to withdraw your trust or not. True power is in the root of the perceived weakness. So maybe it's not a weakness at all. If you're able to address it, withdraw your trust, because this is a lesson. You're receiving a lesson, and this is why you're experiencing this. Because you may have to withdraw from trickster energy that wants to trick you into trusting them. Maybe they perceived you as weak. What do we know? So, what's in the way of me seeing the situation clearly, what's in the way of us as a collective seeing the situation clearly is the strength of vulnerability. Through knowing who to trust and your discernment of trusting, you're experiencing this as a lesson. What do we know? And what do we need to do as a collective? Radical self-love and sharing of this experience. Sharing the strength of your vulnerability in your weakest times with people who truly care, that you can trust, that you can be vulnerable with. What do we know? What do we know, Spirit? And what do we need to do? What do we know and what do we need to do? What does this collective need to know and do through this time of gaining strength in their vulnerability? Knowing that, wow, that's a lot. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and read them, but I'm not going to take them all. So, wisdom in play, responding, not reacting, radical honesty, transitions. So, through sharing the strength that your vulnerability showed you, that it is not your weakness, your true power. It was just a perceived weakness. It really wasn't a weakness. It was only a perception that you no longer have because you can withdraw your trust at any time. It's free will. You know the wisdom in play and a light heart. The only control we have is how we respond to the hand we are dealt. Radical honesty. To believe in the facade is to suffocate in the armor of alienation, self-defeat, and self-denial. You have all the inner resources you need to cross whatever bridges arise on your path through this transition. That's what you need to do. Rely on your inner resources to cross whatever bridge, maybe from your head to your heart, there's a bridge that's not connecting because you trusted. Maybe somebody you had to withdraw your trust from because they perceived you as weak, which isn't true. Our intuition knows more than we do. So thank you, Spirit, for that message. Why is this issue difficult for this collective? Maybe after you trust, you have a hard time withdrawing your trust, even though you know you should intuitively. I've been there too. That's what taught me how to trust myself better. That was my lesson in learning how to trust myself and learning how to have radical honesty. Radical honesty with myself. When I'm falling back in, radical curiosity and radical honesty. Because I got curious about why do I keep repeating the same patterns. Because I needed to learn radical self-love through radical honesty and radical self-acceptance. Which isn't easy. Those character defects can be little tricksters. Yeah. We're going through metamorphosis. That's why it's difficult. So like I said yesterday, maybe you feel like a big ball of goo in your cocoon at this time. Sometimes I feel like that. So power and strength lie within our surrender to change. So surrender to the change. See your vulnerability as a strength to be able to meet people at that heart level, but have discernment and wisdom to know when to cut those bonds off that you shouldn't trust anymore. Because you have power and strength that's within you to change this. You can't change someone else. What important aspect of the issue is this collective not seeing through this metaphor? Wow, that one really flew out. Okay. Maybe you had wishful expectations that were not based in reality. That, we can dream up a lot of things in our head until we, get real with ourselves. So acknowledge the smoke and mirrors in your life for what they are. So maybe you had wishful expectations that are just completely unrealistic. I know I've had that before too. So through this metamorphosis, find the power and strength that's within you to surrender to this change. Let go of wishful expectations that aren't based in reality. You have high expectations of others that they're not able to live up to, high expectations of yourself that maybe you're not able to live up to, and you acknowledge this, that it's just smoke and mirrors, and you see that for what it is, and come ground yourself back into reality. Snap out of it. Don't perceive being strong and cutting your trust off as a weakness. It's part of your power and strength within through your metamorphosis and surrender to the change. Knowing that you had wishful expectations, acknowledging the smoke and mirrors of your life that for what they are. Maybe you were living something that, or portraying something that you're really not. On what do we need to focus our attention on, Spirit? What do we need to focus? What does this collective need to focus their attention on during the strength of vulnerability, trusting tricksters, metamorphosis, wishful expectations? So focus on forgiveness Focus your attention on forgiveness. Forgiveness of yourself for trusting someone that you shouldn't have trusted. Receive it as a lesson and surrender to the power of strength and change that lie within you. Realize the wishful expectations, because lack of forgiveness and hurt block the light. So you can't receive your healing and gift if you don't forgive. Because you can't show your vulnerability. Maybe you can't admit to yourself that you trusted the trickster and had to withdraw your trust. I've been through that. Forgiveness of self is hard after you go through that and wake up to, I know in my morning personal spread, karmic clearing. Karmic is clearing through alchemical mutation for me, because I am forgiving myself. Because the hurt blocked off the light. I couldn't heal and grow if I kept hanging on to the lack of forgiveness of myself. Forgiveness is a gift you give to yourself. Through forgiving yourself and learning the lessons and taking the wisdom with the lessons, it's really humbling and painful, but when you hang on to the hurt, it blocks off the light, the sunlight of your own spirit. And then the person that tricked you basically robs you of your happiness because your lack of forgiving them or forgiving yourself. So then you just remain angry at somebody that you allowed to hurt you because you're emptied. It emptied you because you couldn't forgive yourself. The ending and beginning lie at either side of the same door. So you can either forgive and go through the door of healing, light, love, and forgiveness, or you can stay stuck in blame, shame, pain, allowing that lack of forgiveness to eat you from the inside out, or you can empty yourself, release yourself, surrender through this metamorphosis that you're going through and allowing yourself to be vulnerable and emptied of all this dis-ease that this lack of forgiveness caused. So open the door to forgiveness of yourself for making mistakes. It's how we learn. What do we need to do differently? What do we need to do differently? So let go of the hurt. Release it. Release it. However you do that. Distorted desires and home. So open the door to forgiveness. That's what will allow more light in. Forgive yourself for not knowing. And forgive yourself for not loving yourself enough to not see the red flags or ignore them when you did. And open the door to forgiveness and forgive yourself. Take your lantern of wisdom and keep going. Don't stop. What do they need to do differently? What does this collective need to do differently, Spirit? Thank you for this message today. Radical honesty, sharing through radical honesty. What does this collective need to do different, Spirit? What do they need to do differently? Thank you for this message. Thank you for letting us know that we have strength in our vulnerability and trust within ourselves to withdraw our trust if we have to from unhealthy relationship dynamics. Learn to trust ourselves more. Empower ourselves with strength through our surrendering to the change. Acknowledging the smoke and mirrors in your life for what they really are, and forgive yourself to allow more light in. So this ending is opening a new door. Allow the door to close and open the new one. Karmic energy is clearing. I'm cutting cords and doing, all sorts of things to help release the pain, disconnect from those lower vibrational energies. I'm not getting on that timeline again. I'm having a paradigm shift. I hope you are too. I'm emptying out the fear and opening the door to spirit through forgiving myself. I hope you are too. It's freedom. What do I need to do? What do we need to do differently? Thank you for this message, Spirit. What do we need to do differently through this metamorphosis and emptying ourselves of hurt through self-forgiveness? Allowing the light of the Spirit to shine on our heart again. What do we need to do differently, Spirit? What's the main thing we need to do differently? You were born enough. Radical honesty. Nobody can tell you you're not enough. Inner integration through radical honesty. What does this collective need to do differently, Spirit? What is the main thing that they need to know to do differently? Thank you for this message. Thank you for our gifts. And thank you for helping us forgive ourselves for not listening to our own needs. Help us forgive ourselves of allowing ourselves to be hurt and hurting ourselves. We're opening the door to spirit. What can we do differently now that we've opened the door to spirit and walked through it? Okay, continue with radical honesty. To believe in the facade is to suffocate in the armor of alienation, self-defeat, and self-denial. So when you put on a facade, you're just wearing an armor of alienating yourself through self-defeating words and denying yourself this forgiveness. So don't believe in the facade. It will suffocate you. And open the door to spirit. through forgiving yourself for having wishful expectations during this metamorphosis. Surrender to the change. Forgive yourself for trusting a trickster, or forgive yourself for being a trickster. You know when to withdraw your energy. It's the strength of vulnerability. True power lies at the root of your perceived weakness. So are you just perceiving it as a weakness, or is it really a strength? So that is the spiritual. See, we're moving forward on the bottom of the deck. Through this, the first step is taken within our stillness. So be still, and know the karmic is clearing through this change. Many hands of the goddess are helping with this. Call of the dancing crane. The dancing crane moves through the waters and muddy marsh with elegance and grace. Sometimes the waters of our emotional life become stagnant and will benefit from the healing movement, grace, and beauty of the dancing crane. The call of the dancing crane is a reminder that sound can be healing too. Explore movement, sound, and beauty to help you heal and release old emotions and become radiant and free. The goddess of Kuan Yin brings blessings to multiple projects and many different parts of your life and consciousness, beloved. She is not limited to one task at a time. Do not be afraid to surrender into her guiding wisdom and creative genius, for there is much that you can accomplish together, and she is assisting you now. So this divine feminine energy is guiding you to enlightenment, and it's divine feminine wisdom and blessing to help you on whatever creative projects. So many hands of the goddess again, and spin the silken thread of the divine. Spin the silken thread divine. In creating precious silks, there is a sorting process of sifting out which is broken to find that which is precious and pure. You are commencing a new cycle, and it is time to release that which does not align with your true heart. Choose to release all vows, all vows, agreements, and connections that no longer serve your highest good. So, thank you, Spirit. I think I got a couple more minutes. So, thank you, Kuan Yin Oracle. Oh, Kuan Yin Oracle. Dance with the Butterfly Queen. We got that one yesterday, too. So, a pure heart attracts divine grace. That which is impossible becomes possible. From a caterpillar to winged creature of delight, you cannot restrain what divine grace ordains, no matter how incredible it may seem to be. Whatever has been troubling you, or whatever has been inspiring you, allow grace to infuse the situation or dream so that it may unfold with divine perfection. So relax. Even if you do feel like a big ball of goo in your caterpillar cocoon. Reveal your peacock beauty. The peacock is stunning and graceful and proud display. You too are a great beauty. Within you resides a glorious being of light with an ability to create. Your intentions, decisions, and particularly your words are becoming more powerful. Enjoy wise use of your creative power to express the beauty within you, asking for divine blessings upon your plans, projects, and words. What else, Spirit? Okay. Sweeping Sister Willow. So dance with the butterfly queen, reveal your peacock beauty, sweeping sister willow. Keep on brooming and blooming. Here is healing that brings with it forgiveness and the release of old pain. As sweeping sister willow gracefully sweeps any sadness and pain from your heart and soul, your time for greater inner freedom is dawning, and the cleansing of sadness and healing of forgiveness create the pathway to greater freedom now. You deserve this freedom, and you are swiftly becoming ready to claim it. So get ready to claim it. So that's the spiritual message from the Kuan Yin Oracle. And Amaryllis Lute is on the bottom. You are growing fast and leaving fear behind. When your vibration changes, so too does your life. It is safe and loving for you to release that which no longer feels right for you. No matter how important it was in your old life, it might not have the same place in your new life. Accept healing change now. So that's your advice from Spirit today, and for all of us here and maybe going through rehab. Some, you're being given a gift. Receive it. Move forward. Thank you for sharing this message with me, and thank you for Spirit for sharing this message with us. I hope that you found it as helpful as I did today. It just acknowledges why I continue doing this on this path, and that it brings my heart joy to share these messages with you, and I hope it's helping you on your path as well. And I hope you get out into nature today and release whatever old trauma that may be in your body that's presenting as stiffness and tiredness, and stretch it out. Shake off your crazies. Get out into nature. Do something today that makes your heart smile. And laughter in us heals a world of woes. So thank you for sharing this message. Thank you for sharing your gifts. Peace. Mother lover out. Have a good day.